G'day guys, how you doing? Now today I am doing a Q&A. I asked you guys on Twitter to ask me questions about anything and I'd try and answer them as best as I can. So here we go. So the first question is, has there ever been a certain moment in your life that's made you go, holy shit, and this makes everything worth it? I feel like overall, like if there's a moment that's made like overall like everything that I've done, that's how I've kind of perceived this question. The one moment that's made like everything that I've done so far in my life up to this point worth it is when we were flying. I think it was from the flight from Sweden to New York, because we went Ireland and then the layover was in Sweden. When we were going over, I think it was Iceland, and there was this view of like mountains and snow and stuff, and it was something really simple, but it was such an amazing view. And just like it was at a random point in the flight, we were in like a middle aisle, so we didn't have any windows, and we got up and I went to the bathroom and I saw a window like right next to the bathroom, and I just looked out and there was that view down below. And it was something like that, so simple, but it was such an amazing thing that the decisions that I made, if I didn't make them at that point, I wouldn't have been there at that time and seen that and just kind of been blown back from the view and like the experience. So it's something really simple, but for me that was like, that's the sort of stuff that I can see, and that's like everything so worth doing. Favorite video you've made so far? It used to be my summer sunset video. Since then it's changed to my kicking it in Kilkee video. That was like, it was an amazing day, and like the views that we saw were mind-blowing. And I took a lot of time in that edit. Like I took 3-4 hours for like that really short video. Personally for me, the way that I was able to do it, the flow of it and how I was able to use the footage, like the footage was amazing. That like I feel the footage that I got was really amazing, and the best footage I've gotten in a while, and even the pictures as well. So yeah, the kicking it in Kilkee video, that's easily my favorite video, and I'll link it up one of the corners, wherever the card is. I'll link it at the top. So you guys can see that if you haven't already. Would you like to come to South America? Yes. To be honest, I would want to, ideally, by the end of my life, have traveled everywhere, like to every country, every major city, any like little place that I can, any little village, anywhere possible to get to. That's ideally I want to travel to. I want to get anywhere that I can, that like by boat, by plane, by bus, by hiking, anywhere. That's where I want to go. So yes, I'd love to experience South America. If right now you had the possibility to choose a place where you could live for the rest of your life, what would it be and why? I've always said that I want to have my home base as Australia. If I settle down somewhere, that's going to be where it is. It's where all my family is. That's where what I know, everything that I know about like me culturally and the things that I like, it's all in Australia so far. This is just going off so far. Pinpointing it down to the Central Coast. It's an area just outside of Sydney, and it's just a really nice beach town, and it's where I kind of vibe out the most, and I find myself most relaxed and happy. I've got family there and I visit them. I've done videos in the past. I think it was 2 weeks worth of vlogging about it, so I've got videos if you want to see the areas. Central Coast, it's where family is, and it's just a really nice area. It's small, like the amount of people, it's really chill. The people are nice, they're amazing people, and just the area, it gets me in like a really happy place, and it's right on the beach, and like you guys would know, I love the beach, and it's where I find my most positive moments. And as well, for photographing and videographing the beach, that's like one of my most favorite things, and the sunsets that go along with the beach, you can't beat them. For me, they're the most amazing sunsets just on the beach. So yeah, the Central Coast is where one day I would like to settle down and, you know, have that as my home base. Towards the end of your car trip, you seem pretty stressed with the timing and all that. What did you do to relax and free yourself of stress? For me, it always comes down to music. That's where I kind of find my happy place and where I'm able to settle down. I just kind of sit or lie down or I'm in one area and I just put my headphones in and I just listen to music. I don't really do anything, or I just edit. I edit video or photos, or just look over stuff. It's something really simple. It's just listening to music and going over photos, or just like flipping through Instagram. It's something that it helps me calm, and it helps me get my mind into one certain area. So I listen to a certain type of music, whether it's like a really chill playlist, something like indie rock. I get it into one frame of mind, and yeah, so I just listen to music, flip through photos, and it's pretty simple, but it really helps a lot for me. What was your biggest dream when you were a kid? I always wanted to be a comedian. I like doing stand-up and stuff. I just always grew up on stand-up comedians, like watching them, like Landon Woodley, Carl Barron, people like that. Like I would always watch comedy shows and live comedy on the TV because they would always broadcast stand-up comedian shows, and they would always broadcast the Melbourne Comedy Festival. So comedy was always something I grew up on, and I kind of like, I related to them, and I was really inspired, and I always wanted to kind of have my own act and have my own stand-up gig and stand-up routine. So that was something I always kind of pushed for and tried to work towards. I guess like in some of my videos there's that comedy aspect, so you can see kind of why and like my interpretation of like my funny side. But yeah, when I was a kid, that was where I really wanted. I wanted to be like the guy up on stage doing his own stand-up routine. So I'm gonna leave the Q&A there. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope some of the things that I said were helpful. Hopefully hopefully my answers were somewhat helpful. I don't know, but leave comments down below for the next Q&A. I'll try and get to as many of them as I can. But apart from that, I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see you tomorrow. Goodbye. Have you found the quality of the fast food?
Macca's here is shitter.
For anyone confused, in Australia we call McDonald's Macca's. So yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Bacon here is so bad.
Yeah. Like back at home we always like, we think that the fast food's so bad.